Good afternoon. How are you all doing? Okay, we are the Mind Blowers, and this presentation is by Brandon Emerowitz,
David Woodham,
Trevor Chamberlain,
and Michael McCarty.
The agendas, we're going to do our goal, our design, recommendations, fuel cell, hydrogen and oxygen production, and runtime.
Our goal. Our goal is to carry a load of 300 grams 5 meters after a 30-second charge.
Our design. Our design was a pickup truck because it had room to carry the required weight, and it will use water as its energy.
fuel cell truck design map.
All right, so we have the body or the chassis to hold everything together. We have a fuel cell to charge the car. We have the bed so it can carry the required weight. We have a switch so we don't have to keep on connecting the alligator clips, and then the wheels.
Here are some pictures of our truck. In the top left, that's our overall view of the truck. In the top right picture is we have windows to connect the charger to the truck. The truck is hinged for complete fuel cell access, and the bottom right picture is of a top view of the truck and it has a bed for weight carrying. This toy is recommended for boys and girls between the ages of 8 and 14 years old. Make sure clips are placed correctly when charging the fuel cell and connecting the motor. A fuel cell is a device that produces energy from water. A membrane separates hydrogen and oxygen and then puts the two elements back together to create energy. Fuel cells power cars, buses, and even houses in Japan. The fuel cell was invented in 1839 by Sir William Grove, and fuel cells are fairly expensive to make. Here's a diagram of our fuel cell. Basically what happens is hydrogen goes into the proton exchange membrane and is split up into electrons. The electrons go through the electrical circuit and then they come back together in the end with the oxygen, and the exhaust is water.
This is our graph on hydrogen and oxygen production, and as you can see from right here on the side, that is how long we charged it in seconds. And what you do is you take the alligator clips from the battery pack and you put red to red, black to black, then you turn it on for a certain amount of time, then you turn it off and take it off, and that's how you charge it. On the y-axis here, it's how much hydrogen and oxygen we produced in milliliters, and as you can see from each test, the hydrogen is double the oxygen because in one molecule of water there's 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen.
Okay. This graph shows how long we charged it for and how far it ran. We did 3 trials, and each different color shows a different length it ran. And also, the longer we charged it for, the longer the fuel cell would go.
All right, so here's our summary. A fuel cell is a device that makes energy from water by separating hydrogen and oxygen, putting them back together to create electrons, which creates energy. Our truck will go 5 meters carrying 300 grams after a 30-second charge. Our vehicle is a pickup truck.
Thank you for watching. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. You guys had some problems at the beginning of your project and some equipment. So 2 questions. One is, how did you overcome that with all the equipment issues? And what did you learn?
We learned that teamwork is pretty important in that situation, and basically to solve that problem, we just went through a number of kits and mixed them all up and came up with a solution that worked to make the fuel cell work again.
So what else did you learn about engineering?
It can be difficult sometimes.
Good job.
Any other questions?
If you had to design a kit for the next group of engineers, would you do anything different with what goes into the kit?
I don't really know much.
Maybe a spare fuel cell.
Yeah.
Just in case. Do you guys want to see it perform? We have to charge it back out.
Well, good job, team. These guys really did a really good job in teamwork, and I wanted to thank them and also their parents for the significant amount of time they spent after school, especially Daryl Woodham, who really provided leadership to the team here. So let's start with Michael. Congratulations. Trevor. Brandon.